Hey guys, I wanted to do a video on how I do my budgeting. This is not the best way or the right way or the most simplest way or anything like that. This is just how I do it. First of all, I use the Everydollar app or the website. In this case, there is an app as well. And here's where you have your income. These are all just random numbers that I've input. They are not my numbers for the sake of privacy. So this totals up the amount of your income. Here's where you can put your favorites. I did favorite these because these are ones that I use a lot. And then there's different sections. Here's giving, savings, housing, transportation, food, lifestyle, insurance and tax, and then debt. And then what you can do is you can create new ones, like we'll just put new line, and then you can put whatever you want in there. Now, there's a lot of different ways you can use this. I'm not going to go into all those details just because I want to kind of give an overview of how I do it. One thing I like about this app is that you can create funds. So like here, I have a fund for oil change. This is actually one that I do use. And so I've got, that number is really inaccurate, but I do set aside money for my oil change because I only do that every 3 to 4 months. And I just like to itemize that one. So that's how I do that. And you can make this really generic or really complicated if you want, if that's what you like to do. I could try to go in the middle somewhere. So anyway, that is what I use to keep track of my money that I spend, and then to keep track of my savings amount. So like the oil change as an example, I just use a simple spreadsheet. I call this my savings breakdown, and this is just your accounts totaled, and these are not my numbers. Uh, Personal checking, savings, other account. There's the total of those assets, and then I do use credit cards. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I'm just saying that I use them, not for debt, but just to keep track. I think it's anyway, just what I do. But so I subtract the amounts I owe off of that. So that's the amount minus my credit cards. And then these are line items that I'm setting money aside for. So like here, I just put in 12,000 for an emergency fund. I put in here's a line item for car or medical bills or just other big expenses. I set money aside for income taxes. I set money aside for propane because I only buy that once a year. So what I'll do then is every month I'll come in here and I'll update this. So I'll just say my savings went up to 11,000, and it'll update that. And then like I think I set aside $15 a month for propane. So after the next month, I would just type in 115, and all the numbers just calculate. If you know anything about Excel, it's just really simple calculations. Um, but this just works well for me. Obviously, you could do this on paper, but then you're constantly having to rewrite out the numbers and do the math on the paper. And I find this is just easier for me. Again, maybe not the most simple way to do it. And then down here, I've got the difference. So this number equals the number that I need in savings minus the number that I have in savings. Ideally, that number probably would be, this number would probably be at 0. Otherwise, there's just money set aside for no specific reason. All right, well, I think I covered everything that I wanted to. Hopefully that was helpful, and hopefully that maybe you got some that you can use for your own budgeting.